Here's a walkthrough of most of my cabin, LaPoe, here in Cherry Log, Georgia, just outside of Blue Ridge, Georgia, about 75 miles north of Atlanta's perimeter. This is the master bedroom. Telescope there. I have a new lens for it that makes the moon look like you're flying over it on a helicopter. Need to get these cheap pictures out and get in some really good barnwood frames and some nice pictures that look like they go in a cabin. I keep books here for people that like to hike. Every now and then I get somebody that wants to come up and visit. And the planked walls are nice. You know, they're not panel. I mean, this is solid planked wood. I love the knots in the wood. And the floor is really unique. I mean, it's really like the highlight of this cabin is the floor. There's, I think it's probably white pine, but throughout the cabin, and it's just beautiful, knotty pine. Like these blankets were put in here by the prior owner over this old ladder, and I left that up because normally I don't like knick-knack stuff like that, but I like those colors, so that's going to stay. And then the men's room, should have put the toilet seat down. It might look a little better. That's me, the miser that lives here. It's a men's room because there's never been any women in it, but maybe that'll change one day. Have to be a special kind of mountain mama though to come in. Then I take pictures of some of the cabins around. I think they're beautiful. Like that one's really nice. Has contemporary look because of that big window in the top. And this one's really has a contemporary look with the sloped ceiling in that big window. That dark color wood is nice. I can imagine sitting out there on a beautiful spring day like today, about 75 degrees, with sea bass on the grill and veggies on the grill and a glass of Pine Ridge Sauvignon Blanc. Ooh, that would be nice, and some great music going. Not this advertisement that just interrupted my music. Granite countertop in here. Let's go to the kitchen. Well, first I'll show you this wall heater. This is a propane heater. It's connected to a tank that's outside, and the company comes by and fills it up every now and then, and so they keep it full. And if the heat goes out in the winter, on this power grid up here, it's very likely to go out. It did one winter before last. I've snowed in, iced in. You can't drive out on these roads. They're too steep. Even though I have all-wheel drive, you wouldn't try it. You fall off, go off the side of the mountain. There's no guardrail. There's just wide open spaces off the side of those roads, and your tire is 2 feet from the edge. So this propane heat is good backup in the winter to the electricity. And oh, this picture of this bear, that's the deck. You can see the deck is right there. That's where the bear, that's where I took the picture of the bear. Right there. And I'm sitting right there in that chair. He walks up and the screen is the only thing between me and him. But I'm not really nervous because they're pretty docile. They don't seem vicious. Like that guy knew I'm here. They have noses that are amazing. He smelled me through that screen. He didn't get excited. There was one day last summer that came up 5 feet to the left where the garbage cans were. And he was tearing into the garbage cans, and I was beating on the window pane. The screen was there. The window was up. Yelling, "Hey bear, get away." And he charged the window, snapping and growling. He got very close, very lightning fast, that 7 or 8 feet from that garbage can to the window. But it was just a faux charge. He wasn't coming in. He's letting me know that he's going to eat. He's not backing down. He's going to fight for that food. And so I just let him go. Okay, so I had this nice view out the deck. And this is about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and today's just amazing because the windows are open. It's not hot, it's not cold. Beautiful sun, perfect day. And here in the kitchen, one thing I like the prior owner did with these drapes, you know, she got this great wine color that goes with that sort of yellow color of the pine planked walls. And it's got these beautiful cabinets. You know, solid wood, pine again, same as the floors actually. And granite countertops. I'd really rather have gray and green but the black's still nice. And then right here above the sink, it's nice because I had this view out this window when I'm at the sink doing dishes, which is a really nice view. And I see bear, deer, and turkeys out here too. And let's see, this is kind of dark. Turn on the overhead light there. Yeah, this is, I keep stuff on the counter. Normally I would never do that at home where I used to live. You know, it looks junk, but in a cabin I think it's, I don't have anywhere to put it for one thing, but in a cabin it's like, okay, you know, cabins where you go to rough it, so it looks okay for a cabin. I have this vaulted ceiling roof, which opens it up quite a bit, goes all the way through the living room. And all this stuff came with the cabin, the stove, even those utensils that I cook with came with the cabin. Paid them a little extra to leave everything here. It was a pretty good deal, I think. And here's where I work. Surf the net, do my accounting, spreadsheets, and general ledger work, financial reporting for the company I work with. And then we have the living room. Let's see, we'll go from left to right. So up here, they put in this air conditioner. And when I moved in, you know, that was what I had to deal with. That was what I was going to use for cooling. And then I realized the first day I moved in that, excuse me, the sound's too loud on the music. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, so that worked for one day. Now it's an eyesore, and I need to get it out of here, but I just hadn't fooled with it yet. And then I had this entertainment center I put in. It was contemporary when I moved in. I got rid of that, put in this one. There's my Atlas Shrugged down on the bottom. His Galt speech is the best literature ever written for me. And whenever I need inspiration, and that's what I turn to. And that's so inspiring to read. Another hiking book for the Benton McKay Trail. The Benton McKay Trail runs like half a mile from here, if that far, and then it runs to the Appalachian Trail from there. I like these chairs. You know, they're really made for a cabin look. And another view outside. Wonderful view. You can barely see my neighbor's cabin over there. No other cabins within sight other than that one. Then this beautiful fireplace, which I like because it was angled into the corner. And that picture was is a guy fly fishing on the Toccoa River. My neighbor gave me the print, and then I had it put in that barnwood frame. And excuse me, I need to get my gas logs put in. I have them in boxes, and I just need to call the people to run the copper to the fireplace and put those logs in. But I've got, now it's April, so I've got until cold weather in October, November. And also that'll give me the propane to get my heater working again. That will save me if my power goes out in the winter, which it's a big possibility. And that's the chair I get up and I read in the morning. That's the best chair. It's really comfortable. It's got adjustable back. And I sit there in the morning with my coffee and my Nook and get inspired for the day. And then I have this, have my 9mm down here on the bottom for any surprises, and for bears when I go hiking. I take that with me. I put in this cabin type sofa, the wildlife scenes and the exposed wood frame. I actually sleep on this every night. It's very comfortable. I don't ever have to make up the bed. And then we have my coat rack. I keep all my coats out here. You know, I just keep them here. It's like, it looks like the thing to do in a cabin, have your hats and coats out, one for each season. And got to have a place for your cooler and your laundry, my grocery bag. And then I bought this rug and put it in. They had something here when I moved in that looked horrible. And then I keep my Christmas tree up all year. I put pine cones all over it. And I just keep it here because I don't really have any storage space, not much, downstairs, but that's a schlep to get down there, and I don't like it. It looks snaky down there, so I don't really like to go. And then I'm covered around in woods, you know. You don't see anybody here. Off my porch, you don't see anybody. Got a beautiful view of the mountains out there. Right now the leaves have covered up a lot of it, but I get sunsets out here. That the sun goes down behind those mountains, and the sky will turn pink and purple. It's really pretty when the sun sets. And have a hot tub, but I don't use it. I'm not a hot tub guy. I'll get in the bathtub if I want to get in water. Quigley's got her electric house there, so the winter it heats her up. She loved it this winter. And here she is right here. Quigley, rubbing up against me. Let me see if I can give her a little loving. Without her biting me. She likes to bite. I just scared her because my speaker fell out of my pocket. Sorry, Quigley. Pollen all over the deck right now, so it looks messy. I need to mop it. You don't want to mop it right now every day because it's just, give it a week. Maybe the pollen will quit falling. I just painted the rocking chairs. They were ugly, just raw wood when I moved in. I finally painted them and bought these green cushions to replace the cheap ones that were in there. And this looks a lot more inviting now. I mean, sitting out here in the afternoon with a laptop, excuse me, and enjoying this nature. The deer walk by sometimes. Quigley will know when the deer are here, and I don't see them. And she's looking around, all of a sudden I see them come out of the bushes. And turkey, you see those out here. And there's my walking sticks over in the corner. They were left here by the prior owner. I have a favorite walking stick. But if you come visit, there's 3 there you can take your pick from. Just don't get my main walking stick. Just had the deck stained. That's expensive work. Amazing just to paint this deck. What people charge. I got competitive quotes, and it was still expensive. I painted that green bench. It was raw wood when I moved in. Tried to get it to match the shutters, but it's close, but I couldn't get it exact. And here we have a entrance to the Benton MacKaye Trail. That yellow sign right there, if you go to that sign and you turn right, that will take you down to the Benton MacKaye Trail. It's just, I think it's maybe 200 yards away. And you follow that, go far enough, you'll get on the Appalachian Trail, and you go all the way to Maine, and go to LL Bean and buy yourself some boots, because you'll probably wear yours out. If you go that far, come back, and I'll have a beer ready for you when you get back. You can tell me all about it. That air conditioner is an eyesore. I need to get that out of there, but I got to replace it with something. And what am I going to replace it with? Something that looks like that wood that's there, but I don't think they can get that log look in there, so I don't know what's going to go in there. But it'll be better than that air conditioner because that's ugly, and I don't use it. And actually, it's so cool up here in the summer. Last summer, I used the air conditioner from about the 1st of June to mid-June. And then for the rest of the summer, I use it a couple of times, like 4 in the afternoon to 6:30 when the sun gets right over the house, or it heats it up from being over it. But that was only a few times, so really I used it 2 weeks, basically, all summer long. So you could go without one up here. I wouldn't want to go because it was hot as blazes that 2 weeks. A lot of times the bear will walk down, I think they come down the side of the cabin and they come up these stairs, like that big one I showed you the picture of, walk right out here. And then I'm sitting right there, and they're right there 2 feet away. I mean, if they wanted to come through that screen, there wouldn't be anything stopping them. But I don't ever hear about bears attacking people up here. Not black bears. Well, there's only black bears up here. And my research shows there's never been a fatal bear attack in the eastern United States. A lot of them, there have been a number of black bear fatal attacks out west and in Canada. And that's my neighbor's house. He is become a very good friend. He's a perfect guy, perfect gentleman. Lives in Florida. He comes here once, about 4 times a year on major holidays. Stays a week and a half, and they have me over to eat. They feed me, and he's got a wonderful wife, and sweet as she can be. A little girl. Well, she's not little anymore. I think she's in the 6th grade now. She loves to read, and she's a sweetheart. I gave her a couple of Henrik Ibsen. I gave her Scarlet Letter and Henrik Ibsen's A Dollhouse for Christmas. I wish somebody would have given me those when I was about that age. And I planted these 2 cedars in these little buckets. Put out the spring flag a few days ago. And I mean, this is absolutely right now the most perfect weather and the most perfect time to be here. Oh, fall's nice when the leaves change, but I think this is even better than the leaves. I had to get some trees cut down. The prior owner cut that one down. But there's one up there that I had cut down. I had that one cut down, and then I had a few cut down across the road, even though they're not on my property, but the guy that owns that property is in Florida. I've never met him. And so I just paid the $600, had the 3 trees cut down. Because as you can see, I mean, they're so big, and the ones I cut down were as big as that one, and they'll fall on my car or on my cabin. And you know, the insurance companies pay for the green ones that fall and damage your cabin, but they don't pay for the dead ones, and all these were dead. So I had to get them out, because every time it rained and the wind blew, I'm in there crossing my fingers that they don't come through the cabin, and I don't have any insurance to fix it. That would be a mess. So that's taken care of, and I feel good. Hope you enjoyed the tour.